Three claps, your boy Swain's back at it again, Swain Swaggy Scents. And in today's video, I have 5 summer date night fragrances. All right, so these are the fragrances that if you're taking that special someone out, you know, to a bar, an event, or some type of occasion, these are the fragrances that are going to be sexy, alluring, and they're going to make that special person want to be up on you a lot quicker than what you think. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this review. So the first fragrance that I got for y'all is going to be from the house of Dunhill, and that is Dunhill's Desire. You know, I think they have a red. This might be the red, but I know there's another one that has a black top. I'm not sure if that's different from this one, but this is, when I had gotten it, this is Dunhill Desire, okay? And you would definitely be desirable after this, you know what I'm saying? So, and it's a sweet fragrance, but this can definitely beat the heat. You know, you have some lime in here, some musk, some bergamot that's refreshing, but also sweet and also sexy too. This is something that you can be playful with as well as seductive and just grown. This leans into the balancing of the unisex world, where both, I believe, both men and women could wear this fragrance. But you know, once again, I've gotten compliments off of this. This is something that you would probably wear, obviously, in the cooler summer nights, which I would assume that cooler date nights would be. If they're hot, you know, I have some other fragrances in this lineup that would be specific for that. But needless to say, if you still want to wear it, just go easy on the sprays, all right? So lime, musk, apple, you know, this vanilla amberish type of scent profile. This is great. You're definitely gonna harness and garner up a lot of attention, especially when you're out. You get a big scent bubble and a large scent trail with this fragrance. Preferably cheap, not gonna burn a hole in your pockets. Still available on your discounted websites, and I would definitely recommend you to wear this. I can honestly say this is probably going to be a hitter for the fall and winter, but it could be a hitter for the summer nights and spring nights too, like any type of cooler weather. But and specifically for this video, we're talking about summer date fragrances, all right? Those little late night drives and all that, this is specifically for that. So I get about 8 to 10 hours with this fragrance on my skin, because once again, as I told y'all before, with sweeter fragrances, they tend to push off my skin a lot more than the vibrant and fresher fragrance. But one thing about this fragrance that I like about it is that it has this lime note that does make this refreshing instead of overly or overtly sweet, okay? So gotta get your hands on that Desire, all right? And your person that you're taking out on a date will like it too, all right? So that's Dunhill's Desire. Coming at number 2, but actually has number 1 on the bottle, and that's going to be Hugo Boss Cologne number 1, okay? And seeing this bottle in the video, people will be like, what? Like, why do you even have this in this video for a summer date night fragrance? I don't understand. So I tended to gravitate towards this because it's more so of a sophisticated and mysterious scent. A lot of people feel like it's dated or whatever the case may be. By all means, it may be, but I think that it, like I said, has this sophistication of this elegance of this well blendedness of this, where the mature audience, if you were to go out to, you know, an all-white party, or you know, a suit and tie party, or whatever type of dress you have to dress to impress, this is definitely the fragrance for that. And this is why I picked it for the summer date night, because I don't think a lot of people are too confident in wearing the more I'm not gonna say, I don't like saying outdated or dated, because I think this definitely will still pull a lot of numbers in terms of the compliment factor. So you have some lavender, some cedar, some basil, you have some bergamot. It has a lot of different notes in this, and that's just only like maybe like 5 of them. But this right here, the significance of how subtle but just very manly in a way, and it just gives off this persona of, I have my stuff together, you know, I got this, and just well groomed and put together. And this is the fragrance for that. I get about 6 to 8 hours with this fragrance, and this is more of a fresher take, more so than the Dunhill's Desire. This is one of the fresher fragrances that I have in this list that'll push off my skin a little bit more than some of the other fresher ones. That's another reason why I have picked this one. And by all means, if you don't believe that, then you can believe whatever you want, but I would say and suggest that you're definitely not going to be smelling like the average Joe smelling like this, you know, because once again, you have other fragrances in the game at the moment that, you know, are trying to push the limits, and this one is just like right there where it needs to be. Man, this is a good fragrance. It's definitely affordable. It's definitely something that, you know, would be somewhat of regal type of fragrance. Just once again, like a Dapper Dan, okay? So that is Hugo Boss's cologne, number 1. At number 3 is going to be from the House of Dua, and that is Fierce Savage. And clearly through both of the names, you can kind of get an assumption of what they're trying to blend together. Abercrombie and Fitch, the original, and then you have Dior Sauvage's the EDT. And let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. And it's, oh my gosh, this, when you talk about bright, refreshing, just very airy, light, but still strong, you have the notes of, you know, cardamom, you have the notes of ambroxan, bergamot, some pineapple in here, musk, vanilla, ambery notes, some floral takes to this as well. This is a very fresh and inviting scent. Not too piercing, you know, it doesn't have any type of alcoholic type of scent that, you know, can kind of kill your nose, olfactory. But this is an 8 to 10 hour fragrance. You know, I looked online, it's still available. This is something that is not, once again, I'm going within the realms of specifically for summer date night, because you don't know if it's going to be cooler at night, and sometimes that might just still give you some heat. So this is something that you can definitely pull off in either or. It doesn't matter, and you're still going to be pulling a lot of attention, and this is something that you'll definitely have your person, you know, snuggle up to you a little bit closer than you would expect. This, man, I remember when I wore this, I had went out with a couple of colleagues, and one of my colleagues had said, man, like, you smell amazing. And all I could do was just smile, because, you know, not a lot of folks are into the they're only into like the mainstream and the marketed fragrances that they see on commercials or at Sephora and stuff like that. So they're not too familiar with like indie houses and things of that nature. So it's nice to have a difference in designer, niche, indie, and all of that, so you can basically have a wider spectrum of different scents and combined scents at that, because this is a hybrid of both of those fragrances. This lasts very, very long, trust me. This might be my scent of the day, honestly. Man, it smells good. So if you got time, this is the time to get it on Dua's website. They still got maybe 30 of these left. Fierce Sauvage. Or Savage.
You are made of stupid.
The next fragrance that I got on this list is, you know, is no, it needs no introduction, I must say. So this is from the House of Lattafa, and that is Lattafa's Assad. Another sweet fragrance, and this is the epitome of how Dior Sauvage's Elixir had came about, with one of the first clones that came out to kind of have everyone try to smell as similar to that fragrance, because it was a pricey fragrance. Trust me, for a small bottle, it was a pricey fragrance. So Lattafa made a way to make something happen with this fragrance that is close to it, but not identical, you know, because there are a lot of things within clones that there'll be something that'll be just one note off or something, but it'll be dang near close to it. So this is a more sweeter take on Dior Sauvage's Elixir. So what you get with this, ooh, some ambroxan, bergamot, patchouli. Man, this smells good. Black pepper, vanilla, woody, aromatic. Man, this is good. This is a great summer date night fragrance. I'd say 10 toes down, right? Like this smells good. And I wore this out, I wore this a couple of times out, and I've gotten some comps. But and this lasts almost practically the whole day that you would wear this. And you wouldn't wear this obviously from morning to night. Not only if this is in the winter, if you're doing this in the winter, then for sure, or in the fall for sure. But summer, this is gonna last all night. Like for those cool nights, this is gonna last all night. So you don't have to worry about trying to go back to try and see if you smell like it, or if it's faded, or if you might go nose blind. Who knows? That stuff happens. But this is gonna stick to you. And if you don't recognize that, people are gonna recognize that. Great for the value. People will say that this is hyped, and this is not really a fragrance that lasts long. It doesn't last long on their skin. It's just like, I'm sorry to say that you had that experience, but for me, this is something hands down. Like this is it. This is one of the biggest epitome of Sauvage's Elixir clones. You have other clones that are out there, maybe even closer, but this one started it all, and I have to stick with it. So that is Lattafa Assad. So the last fragrance that I got on this list is going to be a fragrance that I actually had on for my scent of the day, and that I think a couple of days ago, and that is going to be Mercedes-Benz Club Select. All right, hopefully y'all can see that. So this is a more I wouldn't even say refined, but this is more, and the atomizer is beautiful. I think this is more so of a fruitier take on Creed of Venice. You have some apple in here. You have some smells like this pineapple. Oh man. Every time I smell fragrances that I haven't smelled in, a while, it just brings me back to when I first initially smelled it, and it's just so like uplifting, and it's also so just reminiscent and nostalgic in a way where it's just like, this is the reason why I collect fragrances, because it makes me feel good. It makes me have a sense of like my cleanliness and taking care of me, and it's good. It's good to know that they made this somewhat of a hobby for people to have, and I'm glad that I created this for myself. So man, so this is fresh, clean. I wouldn't even say soapy. Some mint, blackcurrant, musk. Obviously, you gotta have some musky nuances to it. So like the woody, oriental type of fragrance to it, or scent profile. This is good. This is good. This is a signature scent too. I get about 6 hours with this fragrance, nothing more, nothing less. This is right where I needed to be. This is something that, smells very rich, and because of the bottle, you would see that too, right? It's by the company of Mercedes-Benz, and when you think of that, you think of luxury. So definitely gives off this luxurious smell, and it gives you this luxurious experience that you feel when you have this on too. So it got that fresh car smell, so to speak. So that is Mercedes-Benz Club Select. So those are 5 summer date night fragrances that I think that you would have that person that you're on a date just not want to let go of you, want to call you because of the fact on how good you smelled that night, and then telling you to wear it the next time that y'all go out. It's going to be a whole big thing, and all you can do is just go back to my video and just like it and share it and be like, like this is the reason I was on Swain Swaggy Scents video, and he was the one who had the advice for me. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying. But make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell just to let you know when I'm posting another video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.